While he is more likely to leave for Real Madrid next summer than sign a new deal at Paris Saint Germain, Kylian Mbappe is currently focused on doing well for his club and will definitely be eager to win the Champions League for them before securing his dream move. PSG have a star-studded cast for this season now that they've signed Lionel Messi. The Argentine has found the net only once for the Ligue giants and is still searching for his first goal in the league. We're sure that the veteran forward will eventually break his duck, since he's surrounded by players who will create more than enough opportunities for him to embark on a scoring spree like he has done in the last 10-odd years. Initially, it was believed that Messi's arrival could potentially impact the dynamic at Parc des Princes, but it does appear that the 6-time Ballon d'Or winner is going to have a great effect on a team that badly wants to conquer European football. The relationship between Mbappe and Messi is going to play a big role in this, and today we're going to discuss Mbappe's feelings towards the legendary forward. Not only that, we're also going to discuss the objectives laid out by the new Newcastle United ownership that's changing the entire landscape of the Premier League. Barcelona, meanwhile, can't seem to find a way out of their own issues, with Ronald Koeman's future still up in the air despite the president's backing. Is the Dutchman going to survive an entire season at Camp Nou? Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon, because why not? If you like our content and want to have your say on different themes that we cover, sound off in the comments section. For Barcelona, the international break came at the right time, in the midst of a recent crisis in which the team registered just one win in 6 games in all competitions. There was constant talk about the future of Koeman. The Dutchman seems to be on borrowed time, and even though Joan Laporta has publicly supported him, the former player must be feeling the heat. The situation remains very complicated for the former Everton manager, who can't afford any slip-ups when his team takes on Valencia in the league before taking on Dynamo Kiev in the Champions League. Vice President Rafael Juste has hinted that the club is in a delicate situation, but at the same time, they can't just discard a manager who arrived at the club the same time the new management did. And while his contract ends in June 2022, we're sure that there is an eject button on the managerial seat that Koeman is occupying. The only problem is that the button only works for Laporta. The moment he feels that the current manager is not going to be able to guide the club towards a better future, the Barca president is not going to hesitate to press it. At the same time, the club is drowning in debt and has to make a few tough calls. One of the players who's quite a burden on the wage bill is Ousmane Dembélé. The French winger is supremely talented, but he has way too many fitness problems. While the Blaugrana are eager to extend his deal, they're not going to offer him better terms. At present, the players' camp has not said anything about extending the deal, and this silence is worrisome for the Barcelona leadership. That's why they're already looking at other options, with Raheem Sterling on top of the list. Under contract until 2023 with Manchester City, the England international's time at City could be up. Sterling himself doesn't look like he's going to sign a new deal, which means that he might be available for a bargain price in January. But will Sterling be enough for Barca to return to winning ways? And more importantly, will Koeman reverse the tide in time to personally welcome the England star? €350 million. That's the price that Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia paid to finally buy Newcastle United from Mike Ashley. The news of the takeover has caused quite a stir, with 19 other Premier League clubs who are outraged at the league's decision to allow ownership transfer to someone who's been linked with human rights violations. While the rest of the teams in the division might not like it, they can't do much about this takeover, and the new management is already at work. According to The Telegraph, Newcastle United have a winter transfer window budget of €220 million. This transfer splurge is going to help the team towards at least a top half finish this season. They're currently languishing in 19th place in the league standings. According to the British media, the new residents of St James's Park are already plotting a move for Jesse Lingard of Manchester United and Burnley centre-back James Tarkowski. The Magpies are also planning to look outside the Premier League for instant success. Napoli's beast Kalidou Koulibaly is the main target, and the Senegalese man might make a move to the Premier League this time around. There are also chances of the club making a move for PSG's bench warmer Mauro Icardi. The 28-year-old has proven credentials and would be a massive upgrade on Joelinton. The new owners want to be as big as Man City and PSG, and the takeover has been well received by the locals who took to the city streets in celebration. Expect a massive turnaround in the team's fortunes with new players coming in, the likes of Gareth Bale, Alfredo Morelos of Rangers, Keylor Navas, and Colin Dagba could end up signing in January. Who do you think that Newcastle will sign in the January transfer window? Let us know your dream signings in the comments. Since joining PSG in the summer of 2017, Mbappe has become accustomed to rubbing shoulders with Neymar on a daily basis. The Frenchman has formed a great bond with the Brazilian star, and their friendship isn't going to be impacted even if Mbappe ends up leaving the club. This summer, Messi joined the duo to form a mean attacking front three. While a lot of people have talked about how Mbappe and Messi might not get along, the French forward says that he's eager to sacrifice himself for Messi. The 22-year-old is aware that when a team has Messi in it, it has to work for him, and the former Monaco man says that he doesn't mind having to work extra hard so that La Pulga can reserve his energy for when it matters the most. No matter what people think, at the end of the day, Mbappe grew up watching the likes of Ronaldo and Messi take centre stage. Therefore, it isn't surprising to see the World Cup winner enjoying the time that he's spending with one of the greatest players of all time. I savour every moment with him. We must never forget that it is a privilege to play with him. He is someone who absolutely loves football. He talks to everyone and tries to fit in his own way, even if he is naturally a little shy. But on the field, he is not shy at all. Messi at the same time is loving life at PSG and is getting along well with Mbappe. The ex-Barcelona man has revealed that the Frenchman speaks perfect Spanish, which has helped him a lot since his arrival. Neymar and Mbappe are both two men who are eager to win the Ballon d'Or someday, and Messi says that he would have loved to have voted for both of them. All these statements clearly show that all three men get along perfectly well and are rooting for the same cause. While Mbappe does want to leave for Real Madrid eventually, the 22-year-old is not the sort of person who's going to allow the entire drama to affect his performances for the club that is currently paying his salary. PSG, on the other hand, still haven't given up on extending his contract. Of course, the decision rests with Mbappe, but the bad blood between PSG and Real Madrid might still have a role to play in it. Leonardo is not too happy with how Madrid have conducted themselves in the past 2 years, and indeed, we have to side with PSG on this because the manner in which the Spanish giants approach the player is highly unprofessional and a bit disrespectful. You can't fault the PSG leadership for being so livid with Florentino Perez, and it's not as if Perez is the only person who's been talking about Mbappe as if he's already a free agent. Carlo Ancelotti, Toni Kroos, and Karim Benzema have also said way too much about the Frenchman. If Los Blancos had been careful to not anger the French giants, it seems that they no longer care. Perez has mentioned Mbappe's situation multiple times, but then again, this is something the Spanish club has been doing for several years. They used the same tactics to sign Luis Figo from Barcelona in the early 2000s. It happened during their pursuit of David Beckham and then Gareth Bale. In fact, Perez was quoted by Marca as saying that Bale was born to play in Madrid. Zinedine Zidane, who was the technical director at the time, also threw away all professional courtesy by saying that Madrid admired Bale and that they wouldn't be put off by the cost of the player. It's how things are done at Madrid. First, it's the senior leadership that boldly starts talking about players of other teams, and then it's the senior players who are given permission to talk about players that the club's interested in. It doesn't look good, but then again, it's been going on for decades now, and it appears that no laws are stringent enough to stop tapping up of players. Liverpool went through the same ordeal before Luis Suarez moved to Barcelona. The Uruguayan had been gunning for a move to Spain for some time, and it didn't help when the likes of Gerard Piqué and Sergio Busquets spoke about a player who at that time was still under contract at another club. Publicly stating your interest in a rival player is not a crime punishable by law, but it does speak volumes of a club's behaviour and their attitude towards other clubs. Some might call it disrespectful and others will call it unprofessional, but at the end of the day, such tactics seem more like a gunslinger roaming the town freely knowing that there is no law that will stop him from doing so.